What is going on, you stallions and stallionettes? AK40 Kevin here in the gamer heaven. Today we're going to go over the patch notes for 1.1 for Cyberpunk 2077, released a couple days ago by CD Projekt Red. Again, they are doing two major patches, 1.1 in January and 1.2 in February, that are supposedly going to massage out all the bugs and glitches and kinks, specifically on the console versions, the older consoles, but also on the PC as well. Without further ado, let's crack right into this thing. Alrighty guys, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here and we're going to go over these patch notes here. So this was released a day ago by Games Radar, and this is their official patch notes. So I'm pretty sure this article right here, what they did was they just copied and pasted all the patch notes from the actual CD Projekt Red website, because I compared them and these were identical. But here you actually get a little bit more context and, journalistic writing behind it as well. The latest CP77 patch notes have arrived. Rather than a hotfix, this represents a substantial set of updates deployed by CD Projekt Red. The main focus for patch 1.1, which is available to download now and next-gen consoles via backward compatibility, and I don't know if anyone actually plays Stadia. Cloud gaming in general is not where it needs to be right now. The concept is great. It's basically, if you market it or describe it as Netflix for games, people are like, wow, that's great. And then they see the actual implementation of it and how it works, and they're like, wow, this isn't ready yet. This is nowhere near playable yet. Is to support stability and deploy additional bug fixes while laying the groundwork to pave the way for future updates. So again, how they're doing these updates, it's not like one big massive update that fixes everything. They can't do that. There's so many bugs and glitches in this game. Cosmetic ones, NPCs popping into each other, textures not rendering, stuff like that. And then also game busting bugs and glitches, mostly on the consoles. But even on PC, during stream, I had to restart from a checkpoint 3 minutes prior because a mini boss I was supposed to kill to move on with the quest was like glitched out in an elevator. But on consoles, it's causing consoles to actually crash and brick. Which is ridiculous. Like, hard reset your consoles, not just like the game crash, like the whole console. Not to mention there's several missions you can't even get through because phone calls won't come through in the quest line and stuff like that. And then not to mention on console, it literally is like 720p, or it's actually more like, I did a breakdown video. It's like 780p at about 28 frames per second at best, and then at certain scenes it gets down to about 14 for 15 frames per second, which is unplayable. If you're in a gunfight, you literally see like enemies skipping across the screen and you can't really aim at them. It's really, really bad. PC's a lot better. It is playable right now. You can actually get through the entire campaign, but you probably will have to restart a couple missions, and there are some cosmetic issues that make the game not as enjoyable as it should be. Night City is supposed to be this beautiful, ambitious, futuristic open world with verticality and fully explorable interiors and flying cars and incredible textures and, a beautifully rendered world and whatnot. And you're not really getting that. That's why I made a video a couple weeks ago why I'm not really playing this game until late February, early March, when all the patches are complete and the PC version's at the finest that it can be. Because you only get one first time, ladies. You don't want some hairy, sweaty CD Projekt Red flopping on top of you all jabby with no technique. You want a nice, passionate, serenading, pleasurable experience the first time you play through a campaign. Especially with a game like this that has so much hype and, so much hype built up around it. Patch notes reveal that many systems within the game, including characters, interactions, and navigations, have been tweaked to improve their memory usage, while lots of quests have been progress inhibiting bugs squashed, including an unfortunate sound issue that could teleport Judge Judy underground during the Pyramid Song quest. I have not that far yet. The save file size bug has also been addressed at its source, with existing save files being trimmed of excess information to make them smaller. Good, because they were massive for no reason. That's what she said. Finally, there are some PlayStation and Xbox specific fixes that could assist players on older hardware. So when they say older hardware, they're talking about the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 4 Slim, Xbox One, and Xbox One S. Technically, the Xbox One X and the PlayStation 4 Pro handle this game quite a bit better. I mean, they still have some major issues, but they are better. And then PlayStation 5 is literally an up-resed uncapped frame rate version of the PS4 Pro, and the Xbox Series S and X is, again, the version of Xbox One X, slightly buffed for for a faster frame rate and a little bit better graphical performance. So literally, they don't have like a full-on proprietary exclusive version yet for the PS5 and Xbox Series, but that would be that would be a tremendous leap forward from the previous generations. While those on PC are now able to obtain Steam achievements while in offline mode, and shouldn't get game startup crashes when using NVIDIA graphics cards. I have an NVIDIA graphics card. I never ever experienced a startup crash, which is good. I'm not complaining. That's a good thing that I wasn't one of the people that got that. And Steam achievements, cool, great. I mean, that's really not a big deal. We just want the game playable. Steam achievements, the 17% of Steam gamers that actually check those and give a shit, they've got those there for you. All right, so coming down here, we have the actual patch notes. So, stability. These are the really, really important ones that are going to make the game more playable. Memory usage improvements in various systems within the game. When they say memory, I think they're talking about both system memory or RAM, and then also video memory or VRAM on board a graphics card in a PC or an APU inside of a console. Characters, interaction, navigation, in-game videos like the news, TV, all those little cybernetic holographic ads you see running in the game world. Foliage, so bushes and stuff. Laser effects, minimap. Devices, artificial intelligence, street traffic, which, by the way, street traffic is about a third as dense on console. They have to do that for the hardware to be able to handle it. The PC, you have an actual slider where you can adjust how many pedestrians you want on the road, cars on the street, stuff like that. And console just automatically caps it down really, really low. Environmental damage systems, so like destructible environments. This isn't Battlefield or anything, but there are some destructible environments, mostly, open world. When you're zipping around in a car and you crash into a light post, a lot of times they'll go flying in some weird, like, crisscross pattern and then get stuck in the ground or some stupid stuff like that. So that's really cool here. The memory fixes will make the game a lot more playable. And also better RAM optimization for PC. Various crash fixes related to, among others, loading saves, game opening and closing, and point of no return. So this is the major thing here. Out of the entire patch notes, this is what this one sentence right here, this one bullet point. This is what's most important. Fixing those major crashes on console and even PC. The point of no return, i.e. just restart your stuff. It's done. You're done for the day. Loading save games that come out corrupted and stuff like that. Now, then you have all these ones here. These are all specific to missions. These are known issues, and I'm going to mention a couple of them that I have experienced myself. Fixed an issue where calls from Delamain would end immediately and seem like they cannot be picked up in that mission there. Fixed an issue where players would not receive calls from Delamain when approaching relevant vehicles in the same mission. So this mission had some issues, from what it seems like. Fixed an issue where the objective could get stuck on answer the call from Mr. Hands in that mission. Fixed an issue where Judge Judy could teleport underground in Pyramid Song. I'm not that far yet. Fixed an issue where it would be impossible to talk to Zen Master in Poem of Atoms. Fixed an issue where Takamura wouldn't call in Down on the Street. So I just made a video yesterday. 1.1 actually released a new problem, a new game-busting glitch or bug into the game. It was this one right here. So it wasn't really an issue, or it was a very small issue, and then 1.1 came out, and I guess they finally fixed it now, but it actually made it worse to where, like, for almost everyone, Takamura would not call you in Down on the Street, and you'd just be stuck. Fixed an issue where Jackie would disappear in the pickup. I experienced this on stream. I do have a compilation video. I'll have linked in the description below of some of my fun little bugs and glitches that I experienced while I was live on stream on Facebook Gaming and Twitch TV. There were some pretty interesting ones, and I just kind of laughed at it. I knew this game was going to be not massaged out. It wasn't going to be a polished title. I knew that because of how it was rushed. And yes, I know it's weird to say a game that's been in development for 7 years and delayed 5 times is rushed, but it was. The community was really pushing them towards release. CD Projekt Red knew it wasn't really ready, to the point to where they wouldn't let game journalists and early release copies of the console version even out into the world. It was all PC. They would only let them review the PC version because that one was playable, and they would still make them sign Iron Trap NDAs or non-disclosures that they wouldn't talk about the major bugs and glitches because they wanted people to buy as much as possible launch copies, which is kind of shady, but CD Projekt Red did release an apology, and they're trying to get back on track with these patches. Could be impossible to get out of the car in The Beast in Me, the big race. So your guy basically tries to get out and his seatbelt's infinitely on there. You can't get out. Players could stop receiving calls and messages after moving too far away in Day in the Life. An issue where opening the package would update Space Oddity. Retro fixes and saves affected by rare issue where speaking to Judge Judy and Automatic Love would be impossible due to an invisible wall. Underlying issue is under investigation. So this one's not, they don't really understand what caused this issue in the first place. So they've done their job to fix it. Now they're trying to figure out what caused it in the first place. And again, a lot of these. Look at how many mission and quest specific game busting bugs are here. Their testers should have caught this. I can understand maybe this many right here. This isn't some third-party indie company working out of somebody's basement with a team of 6. This is a massive AAA title, and granted, CD Projekt Red isn't as big as something like Blizzard or Activision or something like that, but they're a big studio. They have tons of monetary resources, they have a lot of money, they have good equipment, and they have employees on payroll, both dedicated CD Projekt Red employees as well as contractors that come on for specific projects. Not release the game with this many bugs. It's it really is crazy. Fixed an issue that prevented players from collecting the reward in Gig Freedom of the Press. The quest will auto complete for those who could not collect the rewards previously, so that's cool. You would complete a mission and not get the reward for it, and now even if you have completed that mission, you don't have to reload and go back through it. It'll just give you the award you're supposed to get, which I'm assuming is like a cool weapon or vehicle or something. Fixed an issue where Delamain would remain silent through this mission again. Dang, so this mission again, this one had some problems. So they didn't say anything in here that I could see about the glitch that the only time that I had to restart my playthrough. It was only 3 minutes prior. I had an autosave checkpoint, which wasn't terrible, but you're in an elevator and you need to kill this armored mini boss guy, like a juggernaut, and he just isn't there, or he'll like pop in and out and flash, and you have to just like shoot at that spot with a fully automatic weapon, and whenever he flashes in, he'll take damage. It was really weird. Again, that's on my compilation video below. So user interface. Fix an issue where prompt for exiting Braindance could be missing. Removed an invalid item from loot. I wish they would specify what invalid item they're talking about, but whatever. Visual. Fixed an issue where a grenade's trajectory would be displayed in photo mode. Fixed an issue where completing one of the assaults in progress in Santo Domingo would sometimes not contribute. Alright, so this is a side mission here. This isn't main quest, but assaults are like the little side quest jobs that you can get. Miscellaneous. Address the issue responsible for saves getting oversized. They talked about that earlier with trimming the save size. Fixed an issue where input could stop registering upon opening the weapon wheel and performing an action. I never had that, but that would be frustrating as hell. Fixed an issue where the continue button on the main menu could load an in-game save. What? So you hit the continue button and it takes you to a 100% complete game, like you're past the last mission and you have the game world completely unlocked. That's crazy. PlayStation specific. Now, PlayStation does have the biggest issues. PlayStation 4 Slim specifically. So PS4, the old school PS4 and PS4 Slim had the most issues. Xbox slightly below or above that, whatever is less bugs and glitches. That's Xbox, and then PC is better. Performance optimization of crowds on PS4 Pro and PlayStation 5. These aren't really the consoles that are having the major issues. It's right here. Various crashes on PS4. I guess they can't even do this because the hardware is so underpowered for this software, for this game title, that like they can't really optimize the crowds and stuff. Like they can make it play. It's not going to crash, but it ain't going to look pretty. Xbox specific. Improved memory usage for character creation, mirrors, scanning, camera, remote controls, menus on Xbox One, One X, and One S. So all the Xbox models. Good. PC specific. It will now be possible to attain achievements in Steam. Yep, we talked about that. But this change does not work retroactively. So the 16, 18 hours I've already played in the campaign before I kind of gave up on it and said I'm waiting for the patches, I will not get any like achievements or unlocks for that, which I like don't really care because like I mentioned, I'm not a trophy collector or anything. Address the game startup crash. Yep, NVIDIA cards. Have one, haven't experienced it. So Stadia specific. I'm going to go ahead and go over these for the two people that own a Stadia. Concert audio should no longer be audible and never fade away. Fix corrupted textures on several melee weapons. Tweak default dead zone settings to be more responsive. The change will not take effect unless they are set to default. All right, so I know that was a lot of talking and whatnot, but there is a lot of patches in 1.1. Now, granted, a lot of them are basically to optimize the missions and quests that were stopping people from progressing through the game, and I think that's smart. That's what 1.1 needs to do. And then 1.2 can go a little bit deeper with things like the side quests and the, some of the textures not rendering, NPCs walking into each other, stuff like that. The more less game-breaking, just cosmetic things that take you out of the immersion of the beauty of the game, but like 1.1 should be the major, like, okay, I can actually play through the campaign now if I want to. And that's kind of what they're doing here. Then now, keep in mind, after 1.2 in February, there is going to be a series of soft patches that get released, every few weeks to month after 1.2. That's going to go ahead and massage out additional bugs and glitches that come to the attention of the devs. So it seems like they're on the right track. It seems like they're actually doing something to get their game playable. So that's awesome, guys. Drop there in the comment section below your thoughts on patch 1.1. Did you experience any difference, whether you're on PS4, Xbox, PC? If you are going to make a comment like that, please put your platform that you're playing on and, what you've noticed. Did it get better? Did it get worse? Is it the same? And I'm really curious. I definitely am trying to interact with my community on here so I can actually start a forum, start a little conversation back and forth with you guys about topics like this that actually interest me and probably interest you as well. So that's going to do it, guys. Have a great night. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.